Yeah, g'day guys, Wayne here with you again. In this video, we're going to talk about how to overcome objections during the sales process. Now, the great thing with what we do in the reputation space is we don't get a lot of objections because we ask pre-qualifying questions such as, look, tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how important are reviews to your business? Now, as we've said before in previous videos, if they say, 7 or below, or even 5 or below, they're not really worth talking to because if they don't care about their business, why should you? So when they're 8, 9, or 10, they're what we call our hot prospects. So you say, that's fantastic. What I do is I help companies like you get more either customers, bookings, bums on seats, whatever their business needs, we help them do. And we do that by way of generating you more reviews. Now, with our software, we can get you up to 47% more reviews than you just asking alone. So what we're doing right now, we're offering a free trial, no catches, no credit cards to business owners just like you to put our money where our mouth is to show you exactly what our software can do to your business. So lots of different tweaks and things on that. But the only real objections we get is, will it work for me? How does it work? Right, and we can show them in a live demo there, and then as we touched on the other day with tap cards and coasters and QR codes. And the other question we get is, well, how much is it? So if you get that at the first instance, a great way to overcome that is to say, look, it really doesn't matter what it costs unless it works. Would that be fair to say? So why not let's get started with the free trial and prove to you it works, and then we can work out the money later. Are you okay with that? Most people say, yeah, of course I am. So if we get down to the nitty gritty, now it comes down to what you're charging per month. Now I understand every reseller out there is charging different rates. My rates are about $1.99, $2.99, and $3.99 a month. So for example, if it's $199 a month, that's $6.60 a day when you break it backwards. So one of the ways I overcome it, they say, look, $199 a month, I'm not sure if I can afford that. You say, look, I understand exactly how you feel. A lot of business owners we speak with feel the same way. They just think, can I justify that? Let me put it to you in a different way. If I was to put an employee in your business today that would handle your online reputation, grow your customer base, protect your online reputation, pretty much work for you 24 hours, 7 days a week, no super in Australia, or what we call 401ks, no medical, no days off, no nothing. They'll work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week as your silent assistant. If I was to put an employee like that in your business for $6.60 a day, would you hire them? And stop, pause, wait. Because they'll think about it and they go, well, yeah, of course I would. So let's go ahead and get you started today. But always, he who speaks first will lose in sales. Now, if it's $2.99 a month, it's $9.90 a day. If it's $3.99 a month, it's $13.30 a day. So whatever your monthly number is, just divide that by 30. That will give you your daily rate. So if they're a bar, coffee shop, or restaurant, anything like that, their wastage is way more than that a day. So if I'm speaking to a coffee shop owner, for example, I might say, look, mate, you spill more than that every single day just in wasted coffee. So why not go ahead and get more customers into the door just to cover that spillage? So there's lots of different ways we can handle it. One of the objections we get is about the review gating function. I like to call it, I don't use the word review gating, I call it review internalization, or getting a private review. Now, the reason we do that, obviously we're trying to protect their reputation as best we can. Now, we can't stop someone going straight to Google and venting in Google or Yelp, TripAdvisor, wherever they're going. We can't stop that because someone can have their own, just go to Google themselves. But how I'll get around the objection to that is, look, how we're compliant is down here at the bottom of the landing page is if you don't wish to leave your feedback private, click here to continue. They can click the Google button and go straight to Google. So therefore, we're not review gating as it says. So I don't use the word review gating. As I said, I use the words we internalize negative feedback for your review. So you have a chance to fix that and make that customer a happy customer and get them to come back. So when you come to objections, there's always a bridge, what we call a communication bridge to overcoming objections. And that first bridge is I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly how you feel. a lot of business owners we speak with feel the same way. Because what you're doing, you're empathizing with them, saying, look, you're not the only one out there in the market with that concern. Then whatever that concern is, your direct response will be, let us assume for a moment that was no longer an issue. So if it's money, the money was no longer the problem. Apart from the money, or apart from whatever the issue might be, would there be any other reason you wouldn't move forward with the software today? Pause, wait. Remember, he who speaks first will lose. So pause and wait and hear their response. They say, look, it's the money. You say, look, I understand where you feel. I won't understand what you're saying. So if I could show you a way we can work out the money without it affecting you too much at all, would you be happy to look at that? And they'll say, yeah, not a problem. And you say, look, $199 a month, so it's $2,388 a year. I understand that's a big expense. Now, we're not asking for the $2,300 up front, but what if I was to work it out and show you a way that would look more affordable for you? They go, yeah. You say, okay, so 199 divided by 30, that works out to $6.60 a day. Divide that by a 12-hour working shift, and again, get down to cents. And it's called breaking it down to the ridiculous. Because you look at that as a business owner and you think, well, if I can't afford $6.60 a day, I really shouldn't be in business. Because it's that mental break of $199 a month. They think that's a commitment. But $6.60 a day isn't a commitment. So just remember that when you're speaking out there, stop, pause, and listen to the objection. Always listen. Don't try to jump ahead of it. So don't go, yeah, I know what you're going to say, and jump in. Pause, stop, listen, and say, look, I understand where you're coming from, or I understand how you feel. A lot of businesses we speak to feel the same way. But let us assume for a moment that was no longer the issue. Apart from that, would there be any other reason you wouldn't move forward today? The reason we're doing that, we want to dig down to the real objection. So it could be money, it could be I want to think about it, I need to speak to my business partner, anything like that. But we want to dig down to the real objection first. And that's why we do this. So I understand how you feel. A lot of business owners we speak to feel the same way. But let us assume for a moment that was no longer the issue. Apart from that, would there be any other reason you wouldn't move forward today? Most of the time you'll find it always, one way or another, comes back to money. Then you say, if I could show you a way, we can work out the money without it affecting you too much to what you're currently standing. Would you be happy to have a look at that? You go, yeah. Well, okay, well, let's work it out. Let's break it down. And break it down to the absolute ridiculous. Break it down to the day. Break it down to the hour. Okay? Because by doing that, they'll look at that number and it's $6.60 a day. And seriously, if a business can't afford $6.60 a day, they really shouldn't be in business anymore. So guys, get out there and hustle. The best way to be successful in this business is purely doing it again and again and again and again until it becomes so familiar with you, you don't have to stop and think. Now, you're going to stuff this up from time to time. I still stuff it up. I've been in direct sales for 30 odd years and I still make mistakes. But after every presentation, what I do, every demo, I ask myself, what happened? Why did that happen? And what did I learn from that experience? By doing that, you'll learn on sales and no sales. I ask myself that question across the board. So remember, the key to success is getting out and crunching the numbers. Now, if you're doing this over and over every day, if you've got no sales experience at all, your conversion rate will be about 1 in 10. As you get better, it'll come down to 1 in 7, 1 in 5, 1 in 4, 1 in 3. 1 in 3 is the ideal number of where you really want to get to as a professional salesperson, because that's a great conversion rate. Now, you won't get that every day, but if you average it over the month, that's what your conversion rate should be. Now, if you're getting out there and hustling a bit, 1 in 5 is a pretty good number to look at as well. So guys, get out there, hustle hard, and remember, objections aren't objections. They're just more questions in disguise. That's all they want. They're asking more questions. So get out there, see as many clients as you can, get as many objections as you can, and get as many no's as you can. Because the more no's you get, the closer you are to a yes. So get out there, have fun, and we'll see you in the next video.